Today we're doing some target practice, and what we're going to be using is this Hawkins rifle. The Hawkins rifle is widely used on the prairies and the Rocky Mountains of the United States. It has become synonymous with a plains rifle. Designed in 1820 by Samuel Hawking, this has a double set trigger. On average, it is 10 to 15 pounds. It is also averagely calibrated in 54, mine is calibrated in a 50, and has an effective range of 400 yards. Samuel Hawking's rifle is later converted to percussion cap in the 1830s, but then was quickly displaced by the breech loading rifles after the Civil War. We will be shooting a still target about 25 yards or 30 paces away from me. Before we get shooting, first thing to assume, the weapon is always loaded. But how do you check? Well, one, check your nipple. I have no percussion cap, and the percussion cap, if I did have it on, is kind of a coppery color. So there's nothing on the nipple. But it doesn't mean the weapon itself is not loaded. So how do you check if it's loaded? You take your ramrod. Now, if it is loaded, this brass piece here will be sticking out entirely. The weapon is not loaded. And as good gun practice goes, always keep your rifle pointed in a safe direction. Alright, the whole point of this test is to get me ready for Berdan's Sharpshooters Marksman Qualification Test. So I'm going to start at 25 yards, get it sighted in, and then each week I'm gradually going to go 25 more. And the goal is to hit a target 200 yards away 10 times, with the grouping being no more than 5 inches apart.
Hiram C. Berdan was the founder of the 1st United States Sharpshooters, a rifle regiment that served during the American Civil War. The first regiment was made of volunteers. Their mission was to assassinate Confederate officers and NCOs specializing in long-range shooting. Each man to volunteer for the 1st Infantry Regiment Sharpshooters had to hit a target the size of a dinner plate. They had to hit this 10-inch target 10 times, and the shots couldn't be no more than 5 inches from the first at a distance of 200 to 100 yards, the size of 2 to 1 football fields long. They couldn't use a scope or a spotter. They could perform the test whether standing, kneeling, or prone, and use a rifle of their choice, though many did bring their own rifles from home. If they passed the qualification test, they were issued the Sharps. Loading the Sharps rifle could be fired 8 to 10 times a minute, weighed 12 pounds, 47 inches long with a 30-inch barrel, and fired a 52 caliber conical ball, and was accurate up to 600 yards, 3 times the distance of the required distance of the marksman's test. Berdan chose the Sharps because of the fast loading and outstanding accuracy for long-range distances. The uniform of this elite infantry regiment was a green with no brass buttons. Instead, they wore 20mm rubber buttons, standard issued Union boots, green wool pants, and gaiters. Their packs were Prussian-style fur sacks fitted to a wood frame. The green uniforms made them such a target for the Confederates that by the Gettysburg Campaign, the Sharpshooters uniform became a modified blue, making it harder to spot them apart from the standard Union soldier.
Okay, so as you see, I have my bowl starter, powder horn, percussion caps, powder gauge, earplugs, safety glasses, and inside this bag is my wadding and shot. So even though a black powder gun is not as loud as a modern firearm, you still need to protect your hearing, and you need to still protect your eyes just in case something happens and the gun blows up in your face. Alright, safety glasses on, hearing protection in. Hawkins 50 cal takes 70 grains of powder, so unscrew the bottom, 70 grains, open up the powder flask top, powder horn, .70 grains down the barrel, put the top back in, wad, shot, ball starter. Make sure it's properly seated when you bounce it. Return ramrod. Take the hammer. Half cock. Percussion cap. Percussion cap, half cock. Now let it close. All right, the weapon is ready to fire. There's our target. Let me get you set up. All right, setting my second trigger. Pulling the hammer all the way to half cock, full cock. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. I missed. I shot over it. So I need to shoot a little bit down. Loading my second shot. 70 grains. Wad. Shot. Return ramrod. Half cock. Percussion cap. Make sure it's properly seated. Pull back slightly. Don't let go. Gently squeeze the trigger. All right, let's try shot number 2. All right, half cock. Set second trigger. I aimed at it. Oh, this time I aim a little under it. 5, 4, 3, 2. I got it. Let's go see where I got it. All right, so this first shot was actually a week ago. That was an accident. That one, however, was on purpose. Unfortunately, however, how I got up here, I don't know, because I was aiming right here. But this is my elevation. This is my windage. So let's see which one of these two I need to adjust. Make sure I hit right. Okay, I don't know what happened. It stopped at my third shot. But I'm going to take my fourth one and then a fifth one. I did hit it on my third. Hopefully you can catch this one too. All right. Full cock. Second trigger set. 3, 2. Got it that time too. I adjusted my elevation a little bit more. This is my 5th and final shot for the day. I'm at full half cock. Second trigger set. Full cock. 3, 2. Got it. All right, as you can see, I did a lot better in my aiming. and it's just about right at 25 yards. So next week, we're going to try again at 50, and then just keep going 25 after until we eventually hit 200 yards.
Alright, so it's Monday evening. I did all of that Sunday morning, so happy late Easter. I don't know what was going on with my camera. For some reason, it would start and stop recording. So you can see during the filming, at some points I look at my camera just to make sure it's still recording. I don't know what's up with that, but right now it's working. So with enough luck, next week I'll have more success. And on top of that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And to figure out, because I didn't have a tape measure, and this is how I read how to do it, to figure out yardage, it is 1.2 times number of yards you're going. So 1.2 times 25 equals 30. So 30 steps is 25 yards. That was it, pretty much. Alright, so see you next week, and we'll see how well I do at 50 yards. Alright, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time.